Hey, welcome to Wednesday night D&D. That's actually Friday night D&D. DM Kalsto, and I'm half asleep.
If we were playing Connect 4 right now, we'd be in good shape. Continuing with our long-standing Thanksgiving tradition, so far it's held true. We'll have to see about tomorrow and after we fill up on some wonderful Thanksgiving. But we typically are pretty decent about hitting Thanksgiving too. So, yeah, it was a good-looking pie too.
It's not turkey because we don't eat turkey. It's the pie. There's something in the pie. I didn't know it had tryptophan in pie, but apparently.
Just got to fill it all up anyways. Anyways, so finally picking up where we left off last time, you guys had gotten to the point where you were able to escape, rescue. You all kind of left in varying circumstances from the Drow farm. Not only were you able to not have anything horrible happen to the baby that you brought back to the dangerous place where you found it, you got it away again, including its father and its mother, which were the only survivors of the farm. You got the majority of your people out. Unfortunately, Tristan had to be teleported out, but he did actually survive.
He got
so,
food.
Yeah. He's currently sitting in a little pit of goo trying to recover. With that, you made your way finally back to the Drow City, with nothing currently chasing you, hopefully. With Karf going into the Citadel where Tristan was resting, where you met Boehner previously, and the rest of you being escorted for the evening to rest at a shared available home they kind of had for when visitors do come to the city of Illithix. So, with that, I'll pick on Karf first. So think about what you guys want to do or anything like that. And Karf.
Yes.
So you decided to stay here in the wonderful area with the goo pit because you refused to leave. So, what do you do for the evening as you sit by Tristan's little goo pool?
I'm just hanging out. I think I will eventually poke the slime to see if I can get the eyes to come back out.
Roll an animal handling check.
Give me 10 seconds to load in.
You're cutting down on my recovery time. Why is it taking him so long to heal? I don't know. It's like it's distracted and it keeps looking over at Karf in the corner, trying to play. Not now, not now. All right, so while we wait for you to roll, is there anything we need to do? Probably not for that quite yet. I can wait the 10 seconds it takes you to get in.
I'll just roll a d20. I have energy. That is a... I rolled in that one.
Okay.
Off to a great start.
It eats Tristan just to spite you.
Turf. As you kind of distract the goo from time to time, eventually the fatigue kind of catches up with you and you just sit in a chair next to where Tristan is. You just kind of close your eyes. And you just kind of wake up and you look and there's like this trail going out from the area where Tristan was. It just goes across the floor and like down the hall.
Is he still in there?
Yeah, he's in there, but all the liquid's gone. And you can see like he has small wounds bleeding out of his side that were being kind of held in by the recovery or the nutrients of the goo.
Oh no, I need to find the goo.
All right, you run down the hall, roll an investigation check or a survival check, your choice.
Nature. I'll take the one I don't have a minus in. It's still bad. Oh, that was totally a 4. Great.
All right, so as you're walking down the hall, all of a sudden you notice the trail stops and veers off to the side, and you look, and very obliviously behind like a plant, you just see this goo hiding. It's probably 3 times the size of the plant when it's clumped up like that. It appears to be hiding from you.
I will squat down at a distance from it. I am very sorry for touching you and stuff. Can you please go back and help my friend?
As you watch,
I
it
won't-
comes out,
I
and
won't
it
bother
kind of
you.
it jiggles, and it almost looks like it's smiling. And you realize, Kerf, it's not mad at you; it's playing with you.
Oh,
And it just sits there looking at you.
you know, for goo, you are a little cute, but still, my friend is very much injured. Greatly appreciate if you got back on him. Perhaps later?
It just keeps following you wherever you go.
Okay, I'm going to lead it back to the room.
Uh huh. It follows.
I point at Tristan.
It looks at you. It starts moving towards you.
Yes, you can climb up me if you need to get back in here. That's what you're doing, right?
You know when a really oversized dog just like crawls on your lap? It's kind of like that, except more goo.
Uh. Yeah, I'm just trying to get it back in there.
It kind of looks at you, sees you a little bit, and then slowly climbs back down, a little sad, and it goes back into its little pit. You broke its heart, Deft. You broke its heart.
Can I assume I just have like random shit on me at all times. Can I pull out like a wet tennis ball that I use on my
I like how
kobolds?
this is a common and reoccurring theme now. We went from the guy that steals everything to the guy that has everything in his pocket. Kobold that just air quote finds everything.
Everything,
Hmm?
every character Kate plays has to just have a bit supplier.
I must acquire trinkets to fuel my bits. I must.
Mm-hmm. So
I
you're
wish to
trying to use.
procure a ball.
I
for
would
the
say
slime.
the ball would be pretty chewed up, but you most certainly could try to give the slime a ball. It's got like a little bit of fur on the outside still.
I just place it tentatively on the edge.
And you said this was like a tennis ball, or like what kind of a ball?
Like a rubber ball.
Sure. So you put it on the edge next to it.
Uh-huh.
He just watches, like, you watch the little pseudopod go up, bloop, and it pulls it and just starts floating in there with him. Roll a d100.
And that was how it regenerated a dog.
Oh,
Oh, maybe not.
I'm not like doing with this slime.
Okay.
Dude,
Who's
I don't
the
know what
other-
you're doing with this slime.
His metal fist has turned to a rubber fist.
You just look down at Tristan. It looks like the bleeding stopped again. Something just doesn't quite sit right with you. You're not sure what it is, but you're about 95% sure it's not a good thing.
Maybe I should get Baynor. I want to go get Baynor.
So while you go to get Baynor, the rest of you, as you get escorted to your temporary lodging, this area does have 8 rooms, so I believe that's more than enough for all of you to kind of use. So what are you doing this evening as you get escorted there?
I am picking one and passing out.
You said there were hot springs or like a thermal bath.
There is like a bath that is in the home itself. It's not like a huge one. It's just a singular one itself. There's not like a shared his and hers type deal.
I feel disgusting. I'm taking a bath before I go to
Does
bed.
anybody tell Goblin about the bath?
I mean, I think we all
After
told
we
about it at the same time.
But
Goblin just had some. Goblin needed to get his soul cleaned after his last experience.
It's true.
That bath is not going to be okay afterward.
Even hot springs have their limits. But yeah, so you have the entire evening to discuss, or plan whatever you will. Currently without Kerf. You do have 2 guards that are posted out in front of the home you're staying at. Not specifically to like make you stay there, but you know.
so, Kerf and Tristan were the ones who knew what we were supposed to be doing down here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they knew maybe about as much as we did. We were kind of all just told to come down here.
By them.
I told all you guys we shouldn't have come down here. We should have found another way out. Now look what's happening.
Who are you?
I don't know, man. I'm getting a bath. This
Me,
sounds
it's
great.
Yeah, but like,
I am confiscating the bath first before you use it.
I said I used it first.
There's enough room for all of you.
Yeah.
It's like a bigger one. It's just not like a massive one.
I will wait until the men are done using the bathroom.
Lex is good. He just kind of hangs out, and there's probably not a whole lot of food and drink yet. They'll probably bring some at some point too. But there is a little bit, and then whatever you have as well.
We're going to need to figure out what we're going to do, though. By the sounds of it, that group that's chasing us have at least found out who they're looking for. As she looks over toward Dennis.
What do you mean?
I'm in the bath.
Well, then I guess as she looks over toward the bath. Yeah. You know that weird guy from back at town? Yeah, he like held up some kind of orb toward Dennis and was like, "That's him." The way Kerfer made it sound like, I thought he was after Tristan. Apparently Dennis, though.
That is interesting.
Listen, I don't know what your guys' beef is with each other, but I got you to the city.
And thank you very much. You've been very fun to be around, though. Wherever our adventures take us next, you can come with us.
Goblin.
Yes.
When we are done in the bath, I will pass you 10 gold.
You make it sound like we're holding hands in the bath.
No, like sure. If that's how you took it, that's how you
Who
took
said
it. Man.
hands?
You said when we're done in the bath.
Yeah, we both went in, didn't we?
Yeah, but who says hands or what you're holding?
No.
Too much, Bradley. Too much.
They both come out of the
I
bath.
could hold feet. What are your mind going?
That's a 92 in case you were curious.
What are you even rolling?
Oh, don't worry about it. All right.
Yeah, so I'll give you 10 gold, Goblin, because I was the one who said I'd pay you. So just put 10 on you. I took 10 off me.
Well, what am I supposed to do with this?
It's money. If you find yourself on the surface, people up there use it a lot.
Whoa, the surface.
What else would
Yikes.
you want from me then? That's all I got.
You're out of the bath now, you said, yes?
Yeah.
Sykes will walk over to you guys at this point, too. He'll look at Dennis, kind of look at Goblin, but then kind of look back at Dennis. So we're kind of curious, just trying to figure all this out. Zoe said that they were after you? They say why?
They were after his confidence.
Gosh damn it, Goblin.
They took it all.
We failed him. No.
They said they found me, and that if they were almost out of time, and then if I didn't go with them, I'd waste my potential. It
Yeah.
just, white lies to get me to say something to them.
It sounds like they're doing some sketchy stuff.
Make much sense to me. I mean, if you're all looking to go to their service, I'd be happy to take you with me when I go. Just have
What is
a
our
few things I need to wrap up.
What-
You see,
There's
I haven't been
service?
100% truthful with all of you. You see, I've been paid to be here for a very specific reason.
Oh,
Yes. You see, I am employed by the Candlebite Company, as you're well aware. But, he kind of looks around, you must keep this a secret. Not only are we excellent performers, but we also undertake secret missions, and he just kind of like covers his brow.
Oh.
We were supposed to come here to pick up young Tristan and take him somewhere else, at the behest of his mother. But the attack happened, and he caught down here. I tried to come after you, but it was sealed off, and I had to find another way around. But, and he kind of looks off, noting that neither of them are here. I don't trust them being here alone. Who says they're not in danger right this second? We need to get them and get out of here as quick as we can. We
Yeah.
never should have come here.
This is
so can I insight this man?
Sure. What's your modifier? Oh, you have +4. Hold on. I had to check. We rolled the same thing. I gotta look up my dice. Hold on. Where's Baynor? Oh, not Baynor. Hold on. Now I'm forgetting who I
You
am.
want Sykes.
The
You want
voices.
Sykes.
The voices. The voices. Okay. Deception, Sykes. Thank you. Oh no, I just seen the modifier. Never mind. I do have a higher modifier than you.
Darn.
But I mean, he looks fairly honest about it from what you'd ascertain.
I
What do you?
imagine here is probably the safest place for at least down here.
Absolutely not.
So why is it not safe?
The Underdark and people who are out to get him know he's here.
No, we were told to come here by
His mom.
Leah as well. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really know much about that.
Well, if you were paid by the same person, and they also wanted, I don't see why this place wouldn't be safe if the same person told us to come here that hired you.
I don't think you know
That
too
just
much.
doesn't make sense.
This is not the friendly place it may seem to you.
This is like the first time in 4 days where I could spend an hour not worrying about getting killed.
We
I'll
call that
take
show.
it.
No, there's nothing wrong with that, but he kind of looks out towards the front of the guards. Don't think they're really there to keep them away from us. I think they're there to make sure we stay out of places we're not supposed to be. But please,
Yeah. Why is that a problem?
Well,
So
where
That's
is
just
Tristan?
normal guard things.
Where's Tristan and Curve?
Where they
So he
need
points
to
in the
be.
direction of the other building.
I mean, they are your closest friends, but for now, this is fine. But I'm telling you, if we stay here, we'll all come to regret it. If things go wrong, we all should come back here and we'll exit together.
What sort of things are you expecting to go wrong?
I think they're probably going to try to kill us all before we get a chance to leave this town, but I could be wrong. Especially
Mine-
little goblins, and he just smiles.
I don't know how to take that. Why would you
Hey,
single
thank you
me
for the
out like
sub.
that?
Well,
Sorry, old.
I'm gonna
Wait.
go bathe and then go to sleep.
Also, what did you mean by their service? What? You know who those freaks were?
Which one?
He said I could take you to their service sometime. I think is alluding to Jeremiah and Dante.
Their service. I don't remember saying that.
Oh,
I had heard that as well, but I guess maybe we both just misheard.
Was it
I think
yesterday?
he said the
No, it was
surface.
Ah,
Yeah,
Oh,
the
you-
service. Yes,
oh.
yes. We're talking about the
oh,
surface.
okay. I
Uh-huh.
heard their service, and I'm like, this guy knows those dudes. This
No,
guy's
no,
into
no.
one of their meetings.
No, we were talking about going to the surface, and he said he'd take you with him. There we go. I was like, service. I'm like, there ain't no service down here. We have no towers.
I got 0 bars,
Exactly.
which is a problem because then I can't get drunk.
I would just rest lightly.
I those guys were making mistakes. That's all I can really tell you.
be sure to keep my eyes open. But I think everything's fine.
People can be wrong twice in a row. Yeah, they can.
Sykes is gonna go to bed.
Miss, should we figure out how to deal with that purple worm venom first?
I'll go talk to him about it tomorrow.
Okay. I think Zoe is also going to get herself situated, get cleaned up, and then try and find a nice reading spot.
I will copy Mist's idea, and I'm gonna turn in when this conversation's done.
Fair enough.
I'm spending a longer period of time in the warm water.
Easy. All right. So everyone goes to have a wonderful rest for the evening. Dennis, roll a D100. Okay, that's not too bad. And as you all kind of find rest, Kerf. After you kind of get everything
Not a
back
kid,
in,
man.
and it feels like it's been several hours, you just kind of wake up. You look and you still see the surface. Kind of just look over at it, and then you realize Tristan's not inside of it, and you see little footprints that lead off down the hall.
Are you kidding me? Chase after.
And you just walk, and there's not a lot of bright light. There's a lot of low light areas, and you just see Tristan like butt naked walking down the hall, and he's just like looking out. You're not sure if he's awake or just confused.
Hello, slime boy.
The goo ate his clothes.
Come back here. You're not supposed to be up yet.
He just kind of turns around and looks at you, but still looks confused. You see all the wounds are gone. The 2 big holes in his side completely healed.
Well, that's relief.
And he just kind of looks at you.
Come on, you're not supposed to be up. Back to bed. I'll take my cloak off and wrap it around him.
Hmm. He'll just find a spot when he gets back, and he just like lays down and goes to sleep. Long rest completed.
Finally.
Dun, 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 dun. All right. You wake up in the morning, Kerf, and you see Tristan there. He's got like a foot on top of you, just like falling asleep next to you.
Everything is as it should be.
Uh-huh. The rest of you, fairly early in the morning, before you've even had a chance to really think about breakfast here, knock on the door of where they have you staying.
Zoe's like up. I imagine Zoe's just like up on the roof as she like peeks down.
I can assure you would probably not be up on the roof because they would shoo you back inside for your own safety, but in a kind and gentle way.
And she'll head over to the door.
And there's the
Hello?
4 guards that took you the day before have come to escort you to the Citadel.
All right.
They tell you to leave your
Mhm.
things, though. Other than like your immediate things you have on you, just like your bags and shit.
All right, I'm not wearing armor today.
And they'll take you over to the Citadel.
Am I allowed to take a sword with me or no?
Yeah, you can take it
What-
with you. Whether they'll let you take it everywhere you go in there, up to you. But
I mean, I'm not hiding it, and if they're adamant about it, I'll just
no, they don't
I
say
want it
anything.
back.
They don't seem to say anything.
Hmm.
Tristan just kind of will look over at you, Kerf. When you have no stuff, and then you even have less stuff, he just kind of looks. I don't even have pants anymore.
There. I'm sure we'll get you new pants.
There were coins in my pockets, Kerf. Coins, I tell you.
You didn't need those coins.
They will bring clothes for Tristan. Fairly similar to what he had before. A little bit more darker themed, though. And as they bring you in, you guys walk down the area and you see Kerf and Tristan just sitting there.
Zoe immediately runs over. Kerfer, Tristan.
Morning.
I see you both are all
Oh.
right.
Look, he lives.
Tristan looks behind him and then points back. Oh, me?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I had him right where I wanted him.
What happened? You're
I
in the building one moment and the next moment just not there.
ran into an over-righteous paladin on the staircase in the dark, and that was the last thing I remember.
Silver felt
And then
there
I
was-
woke up naked in a hallway in front of Kerf.
Oh.
Are you sure you don't have anything to drink?
No, not at all. Oh. I mean, kind of, I guess you could say, but not really. I was in the drink.
What do you mean?
Long story. Kerf can probably explain it better.
Like a bath of healing potion?
Dennis, I know you foretold of it, but they said it was healing him and did. It
You
wasn't in
just
the
see
pit
this
though.
you see this transparent pseudopod arm just come up and wave.
She's actually quite nice.
No.
I heard that.
Yeah.
I was unconscious if it counts.
Uh, I just gonna sit on the floor.
Well, this shows that you can see the future. You just may not be getting accurate context.
Oh no, they totally have a pit in here.
Yes, but I was sold as a bad thing.
I feel like I need to investigate this pit.
I foresee a very fun day for us today.
No,
It's at this point you watch as two drow usher you up
It's always like
a
hard
staircase,
examining the goo.
and as you walk out, it is the pit, and you see Baynor just like standing out in the middle of it, pacing around.
Hey.
It is the exact same pit.
Dennis,
You're not gonna
remind me
throw anybody
again.
in there, are you?
Remind me again exactly what happened in your vision.
Calvin and Tristan are down there, and Tristan gets eaten by an ooze.
Okay.
So he looks back to the goo.
It was a friendly ooze.
That
That ooze does not look like the ooze from your vision.
The one I remember was more orange brown something. Not
What are
like
the chances
clear.
there are multiple friendly oozes here?
Insanely high.
Why would it be high?
Well, why would it be low?
Well, I mean,
I've never seen a friendly ooze in my life. I've never heard a
Baynor,
story
good
about a
morning. How are
friendly ooze.
you?
Yes.
Ah,
What happened to the poison sac?
oh, it is being held and cool. It makes it easier to kind of work with. We weren't sure when you were gonna want to deal with it, but we can
Oh,
have it
thank
fetched for
you.
you if you'd like.
Well, we don't have the means to extract from it.
We can assist you with it. Our people have perfected this process over many generations.
That would be very helpful. Thank you.
And we'll kind of look around to make sure it's got the full count. And he'll have his guards kind of exit, so it's just basically you guys and him. And he is currently wearing that amulet that you had, Kerf.
Yeah.
And he's just gonna walk, and he's gonna go to each one of you and look. And he's gonna stop in front of Sykes and just kind of motion to the exit. If you don't mind. No. You can't make me leave.
Sykes, leave.
And look. And he just kind of like walks off.
Finally,
Meeting.
that guy's been following us around for so long.
I don't know. He gave me that feeling in your when you feel something's wrong about someone, but you don't know what it is.
I think he's all right. Just a little cautious.
Oh, you mean that feeling I feel about everyone I meet? Yes, I'm very familiar.
You feel it in your shoulders.
Oh, yes.
Bader just kind of smiles as you guys have this conversation.
Do we take a knee or like?
You don't need to take a knee.
I'm gonna start like.
So, you finally all have made it.
Yep, here we are.
Yes.
Which,
It was better than where we were before. Just slightly more dangerous.
So, shall we just get to the point?
Hmm?
Please.
I am very well aware of your condition. Not into any great details or specifics, but more or less this was foretold to take place.
Condition?
Place to
Is
start.
someone sick?
No, and this is just based off the information that we have. Are you familiar with Gold Dragon?
Old dragon? Is that what you said?
Gold.
Gold?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, specific one?
There is only one. We don't have gold dragons.
Has Zoe ever heard of
Quest.
It's that
Would
you would all
would
know
there
who
been-
what it would if you're born on this plane.
Okay.
It's the prime deity of the hierarchy of deities here. So it's Basically,
Okay.
there's like the creator who created everything, his little 6 pet guys that he makes that were like the Soren type people, and then basically what would be the gods. Gold Dragon is the head of
1,
them.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Yes, vaguely.
Is it the like bedtime story?
To an extent, yes. With the closing of the Divine Gate, the last time Gold Dragon had perished in his reincarnations, he had been sealed away from this world. However, there is a small theory that he actually died before his spirit crossed back across the gate and has been reincarnated in a weaker capacity over the generations, reappearing time to time with different levels of strength to maintain balance. Every time this has occurred, it's obviously something of high contention because technically a reincarnation of Gold Dragon is entitled to rulership of all of the old kingdoms, which is great. If true, which I don't specifically believe. I don't trust anything that any humanoid writes. However, with things I've seen, it including he holds up the amulet, with this, it's kind of hard to refute to an extent. And he'll kind of look over. It is, of many people's opinion, and he'll kind of look over at Tristan, that this individual is you. However, I can tell you, you currently lack the potential to achieve that end. He looks confused. You just don't meet the criteria.
Wait. What?
He kind of looks among you, and unfortunately, don't believe any of you do either. However,
Well, that sounds from something or something like that.
to be certain and thorough for my dear friend Leah, we will put this theory to the test. As Leah and her allies believe that Tristan is this one, I will see to your trial personally. If you shall pass it, I will explain more and have you on your way.
I'm going to raise my hand.
Hold on. As for the rest of you,
He doesn't have to call on me.
As for the rest of you, until this trial is completed or until he fails, you will also undergo your own trials. If during the time you are with us, none of you develop the necessary potential, then I'm sorry, your adventure ends there and you might as well just go back home.
All right, 3 100s in a row. Here we go.
I'm still raising my hand.
Yes, young man.
Does this trial have anything to do with that pit behind you?
Oh, we're just stating it's like a big open pit. We're stating it. There's no ooze in here right now. You're safe.
Yeah. I still like say something to that effect.
His trial will occur here, yes, but he will not be alone. Fear not.
Will he not be alone because there'll be a giant slime in there that's going to try to eat him?
No, he'll be with Goblin. Fear not. You have your own trials to worry about.
Starting to freak me out, dude. Would you relax?
Ah, yes, and he kind of looks over at you. I did sense a little bit of a doubter amongst you. And he kind of looks at you. Although you interest me more than anyone.
A
One thing
doubter? I don't even know what's going on here.
That's what makes you so interesting. One thing I will tell you, though, is part of this predicament that we hope to unravel does come with some very interesting opportunities. And you watch as he hovers over a dagger and it just like flies over to him. Almost, have you ever seen The Shadow? Alec Baldwin? It's kind of like that little dagger, but it looks cooler. Hold on, I gotta find a clip for you now. Yeah, basically, hold on, there you go. It looked like that. It kind of flyed around and like the head was alive.
Ooh.
So it's not exactly like that one. But
Kind
he
of
has
a
one that just kind of.
dagger.
But yeah, it was basically like a telekinesis controlled weapon. So he has his own that he kind of flies over and floats in front of all of you. Young goblin, I will make you a deal. If you and the pale one pass the trial, this is yours.
Does he look at anyone specific when he says pale one?
Can I ask
Tristan.
what it is
Okay.
in particular?
He'll kind of look at you. It is an interesting type of item that specifically occurs in just the right circumstances. I will explain in more detail, but this is one such impacted item. This is called the mind knife. Which, oddly enough, matches your exact mark.
Mark.
In fact, I bet if you had this, that would be terrifying. But, like I said, pass the trial, and we can talk more, and it's yours. If he fails, no harm, no foul. You won't die. Just kidding. He hopefully won't die. We have medical attention. Fear not.
I have so much faith in this.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you the dagger even if he does die. How about that? It's a win-win situation, as long as you're willing to try.
I don't think Tristan wins in that situation.
Tristan's just like sitting there sweating behind, like he's starting to raise his hand like Dennis now. Does Tristan get a say? Shh. You do not.
You'll be fine. Don't worry, Tristan. You've got this.
I'm going to look at Tristan as Zoe tells him that with a, do you see how comforting that is kind of look? Do you see how that doesn't help?
I have one important question to ask those of you who are not, and he motions to Tristan and Goblin. If this prophecy is to be true, one of you must potentially put yourself behind your peers in order to master, and he holds up the amulet, without which you cannot be successful.
What do you mean by put behind?
Any time spent mastering this is time you can't spend mastering other things. Unless you work exceptionally hard.
So what does that thing do?
This will be your compass. And it reveals truths about things. And it can identify people like you.
It looked at me, I'm assuming.
In general, all of you.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
there's many more?
With this occurrence, more and more will appear. Potentially. This allows you not only to identify them and what they can do, it also can do a few other things. However, it is hard to master.
I guess I will,
Well,
if no one
I,
else is.
I have extra
I-
time.
Has to be one of you five. It's up to you guys.
Thanos will raise his hand. I mean, everybody else around me is better than me, so I don't mind taking a back seat.
That's not true. You're just as good as the rest of us.
Actually, he's better than the rest of you.
No,
Ouch.
I'm sorry, I
no,
mean, it's true.
no. Um,
What, you guys didn't understand this already?
I, no.
Here, I'll take the amulet. Let's go.
Roll a D100.
25.
Well, that's pretty good.
It just jumps out of your hand.
Out of my hand.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. I'll take that as a no then.
You gotta get lucky, you're gonna have to work it a really long time.
Zoe will see if she can pick it up.
Sure.
I'm going to say that's a no.
As you go to pick it up, it just starts sliding away from you.
I don't think it likes me either.
It's really not that hard, and I'll walk over. It's just an object, right?
Go for it. You go to
Yeah,
pick
I
it
don't
up,
run in
and it's just like stuck on the ground.
All
Now
right,
they
yeah.
left it with me. I carried it for a time, perhaps. I'll give it a go. I'll try to pick it up.
Sure. Go for it.
Oh, no.
Mm-mm.
It served its time with you, and it is done.
All right.
You want to try?
I think he means hedge.
Oh, yes. No, he's on.
Oh.
New day.
We've already slept. Hang on, I gotta open my different character then.
I'll put your thing in.
Want to try and use the amulet?
I mean, is it supposed to do something for me?
We need to use it for potentially a quest.
What am I supposed to do? Just put it on?
Try and pick it up. It is presently on the ground, and it's not very receptive to anyone.
Okay, if y'all say so. I go over and try to pick it up.
D100.
Tower or no?
Up to you.
Well, if it doesn't matter.
Oh, God.
All right.
It looks at it and it goes and it hides behind Kerr for a second and then walks away from Kerr.
Apparently,
right,
it doesn't want me to touch it.
Here, I will spend time with it.
No, Goblin hasn't tried.
No, I think Goblin is with Tristan.
Goblin, just roll a D100 out of plain curiosity as all these people scare this thing to death. Mm-mm.
I have an inspiration.
Mm-mm. I am very curious, though. No? Okay, yeah. You want to try again with your inspiration?
Kind of. I'm like weighing the pros and cons of this.
You could
Slumber-
potentially take training time,
Yeah.
but it will use up one of your 3 training opportunities to try to master if you want to
Slum-
attempt these.
Slumber, do you actually want to be a navigator?
I don't mind it.
Okay, yeah, I'll leave it with Miss then.
All right. So that will be one of Mist's trainings is for that one. So you kind of like will pick it up slowly by the chain. You can tell it doesn't really like you. You put it like in a box to go work with it.
Mhm.
Excellent.
I'm,
Question? Looking over at Dennis.
no, I'm not. It, it's pretty obvious that he's just like struggling with what Baynor said. Like he just can't get himself to believe that.
Hmm. And he'll kind of sit there. He'll actually help Mist. He'll open the box and put it on you.
Mhm.
All right. Hold that for a minute. Maybe 10 minutes. Maybe 15. We'll come back to that.
Mhm. Oh, and to answer your earlier question, yes, it was very obvious. Towards Baynor.
All right. So with this, he'll kind of look over.
But why?
You two will stay here with me. And then you watch as 3 different drow walk in to the arena as well. You recognize, actually, you do recognize all 3. The first one is the gentleman who was in the bridge room at the entrance, the very large monk.
He got leave?
Apparently, he got leave. Also, your other friendly, familiar drow face, you see the father of Rin. And lastly, you see a woman you'd met the night prior that was kind of helping lead you around. Actually, I'll give you all their names because they're all nice and friendly now. Do, 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 do. Rin's father is named Laziel, so Laziel. The big monk fella is Kalos, Kaelos. And then the woman is Serena. I'm going to fuck all of you up now.
Is this on purpose?
Maybe. It's Serena with E's, not an A and an I at the end.
Oh, so easier to spell. Got it.
But now I have cover. We'll kind of look. We'll kind of wait and as they kind of come in and introduce themselves while the 15 minutes is up.
Mhm.
Right? And he's going to go ahead and help you. Now focus on them. Take a moment to breathe them in. Just focus and be still. And oddly enough, you're actually very good at all of these things with
Yep.
your
Yeah.
sensory powers
Yeah.
and your predicament. And you watch. Who would you say you're standing in front of first?
The Spider-Man. The monk.
It has to be one of you guys.
Yeah, one of
Oh.
us.
You'll go for Dennis first.
Oh shit! Let me get a beer. Hold on.
Oh no. I want to leave it like get a soda now, but he gets his drink so fast, I'll delay it by like a minute.
So as you kind of look, and Baynor can't see, he knows what they look like because he saw previously.
Mhm.
And you watch as like this green rune-like circle appears on Dennis's forehead. Do you see the rune?
The rune.
On his head?
Mm-hmm.
The hag
Huh.
What? What?
Yeah, it's like a big glowing rune on the center of Dennis's forehead.
Mist will instinctively kind of just reach out to poke it.
You just like poke him in the forehead.
Yep.
No, what? What?
This will identify those amongst you and those who would wish to harm you.
Is there something up there? And I start rubbing my forehead.
No, I think it's just the amulet.
As actually, hold on, this gets interesting. So, as you're sitting there, he'll kind of start explaining to you. This rune is a representation of the power that resides within him. And he's elaborating on it. Dennis is like rubbing his head, and all of a sudden you look, and a gold rune appears overlapping the green one.
Ah.
And Bader's just kind of elaborating. And so this will help you identify not only what these things can do, but who you can trust and who you cannot trust.
Okay.
So you should be able to see the rune on everyone's head.
I'll kind of look at everyone.
Mhm. And he'll kind of go through and explain to you because he already knows what they are. So he'll explain to you that more or less to an extent, it's hard to explain because the words aren't exactly correct to our more common and humanoid tongues.
It doesn't have exact translations.
Correct. So basically, to the best word that he could describe, Dennis's rune is more of prophecy.
What?
Is that the green one or the gold one?
What?
And if he kind of looks over, he's like, "What do you mean? There's a green one. It should be a," and he'll kind of like show you where it should be on the forehead.
Mm-hmm.
Gold.
You look, it's still there on his forehead. Apparently, Baynor didn't see it, or it wasn't there when Baynor looked. What? And can you draw it on paper?
I will.
All right, he'll kind of let you go through, roll a performance check to see how well you can. A dex check. I'll let you do either or.
No, dex check.
Can Silver provide assistance by acting as an eraser?
I mean, you'd be better just like being an ink stamp, but I'll let you give it either way.
All right. Dex check it is.
Silver's not going to say no to a free snack.
And he
Like,
just kind of
this?
stops and looks. Interesting.
Well, are you going to share why?
Probably not.
Probably not.
You, my friend,
But
are blessed with two powers.
I'm
If
going
this
to look
is
over.
this is true, this changes things. And he'll hold up the paper. This
Mhm.
rune is representative of magic itself.
What? No.
It's one of the greatest powers in the pantheon. And also one of the runes Gold Dragon was blessed with.
I'm going to look over to Tristan with what did you put in me?
That explains the magic you've been able to use recently.
So the conflicting thing here, one of the traits of Gold Dragon was the ability to hold multiple powers.
Oh no.
However,
No.
a prophecy was that Gold Dragon would give people their powers. So if you're giving people powers, you're representing the powers that are needed. I'm pretty sure there's some sort of error in the text here that I'm very confused upon. Same thing. Our understanding is not perfect yet.
I still don't even know. Like you're really big and important, and I'm like taking everything what you say, but like it's starting to get more and more far fetched.
No. I'm not big and important. I'm but a simple leader of a small drow colony.
Yeah, and I'm a town guard in Wyvern Light. You are miles above me.
You
Town guard
were.
from where?
You were a town guard from Wyverlight. I have a feeling Destiny has something far more important picked out for you. I will say, though, there is no note on record, nor any power in the Pantheon that has ever been noted to give other individuals powers. However,
okay, well, he's the one who shot everybody with lightning.
Tristan only has one power. like the rest of you.
Mr. Baynor, is it possible that both of them are his reincarnation?
No, it would be a singular one.
He's
Not
always wanted to
certain.
be important. He can be it.
I don't want to be important.
Oh yeah, tell that to your brother.
We're
He kind of got you.
He has a brother.
we're not related, okay? Adopted brothers.
Step siblings or siblings? You got more than me.
Yeah.
Dude, if I didn't run out with you, I would have still been in Warlight, and I probably would be helping rebuild it right now. You're why we're all down here. Why don't you just take responsibility for dragging us with you? You're Gold Dragon. I'm not Gold Dragon.
I don't want to be any dragon.
Take a deep breath.
What's wrong with being a dragon?
Dad, I'm a human. I'm not.
I didn't mean it
I'm
that
not.
way.
I'm not like you, Curve. Okay, you're
Oh,
big
fucking
and
idiot.
strong and brave, and I'm Dennis.
Like, well, thankfully, that's what the trials are for. If there are any qualities you are currently lacking or holding latent within you, believe me, we will bring them out. And then we shall see where we truly sit.
So he's gonna kind of make her way over to Dennis and kind of give him a light elbow. I went to. I just went to say. Oh my god, I'm trying to say it, and every time I do, I just forget how to pronounce it.
You want to write it out?
Stupendous. There we go.
Oh,
The stupendous Dennis.
yeah, it's not helping right now.
All right, now to split you up. I have a couple of questions for two of you. However, he points over at you, Mist.
Mm-hmm.
For your specific training and for your talents with power over the senses. And he'll point over to Rin's father. I'm going to send you on a little hunting trip to harness your abilities out in the wild. And to learn how to hopefully master this in your own way. I feel Lazio would be the best person to assist you with this in your daily trainings.
All
He'll
right.
just get a motion to him. He'll kind of look at you. And he'll lean in really quick and he'll just whisper, if you get hungry, not us.
I just glare at him. I know.
He just has like this stone cold look. I will teach you how to hunt. Like you've never hunted before. But if you hunt my people, your head will be on the floor. Father rhyme, get it? Rin loves my rhymes.
Honestly, that was very good. Terrifying too. I like it.
And then he has like the dead killer glare again at you. All right, young one. Come along. You guys are actually probably... Actually, how old are you right now?
I am... What section?
Like 137, right?
145.
Yeah,
145.
He's 380 right now, so yeah, he's a bit older than you at the moment. You're older than Rin, though, for sure.
Yep.
Okay, so he will take Mist on their own outside. You will take your training occurs in the Underdark. So you go right back out where we came from.
Yeah,
we're literally gonna go past the farm.
I got a good night's sleep. This is fine.
Good luck. We'll see you soon.
Yep.
All right. So they'll go there.
I'm still rubbing my forehead.
Serpent.
She kind of left without telling everybody else their words.
Yes.
Yes.
In order to enhance your draconic powers, I'm afraid there's nothing but hard work to push it out of you. So, to help beat it out of you, and he'll point over to the giant monk, you'll be spending your time at the front gate with Kalos for the next few days. He'll bring
I
out the
crack
best
my
of you.
neck. Nothing wrong with a little hard work.
Just remember, Serpent. Pain is just weakness leaving the body.
That's what Mr. Jason always said.
I always liked Mr. Jason. And he'll just kind of smile. And then he'll look over at you, Zoe.
She perks up.
And he'll motion over to the woman. I want to go ahead and make sure you are capable of your new power of moonlight. Which, this is the most perfect place you could train. I will send you with my sorceress. And she'll kind of look over. She does not have a hat, Zoe.
Well, she said sorceress, so
Mhm.
not a wizard. Doesn't need the hat.
She's not even trying. You will spend time at our moon temple.
Ooh.
We're
Hey,
far below the surface,
Zoe.
but we're not that far.
Zoe.
Hmm?
You were just introduced to someone.
I was getting. I was waiting for him to finish talking.
Introductions don't wait for anyone.
No, you can't be rude about it. You can't just interject in the middle of someone's sentence.
Watch me.
Are you sure?
She tips the hat and takes an elaborate bow. I am the magnificent wizard Zoe, and it's a pleasure to meet both of you.
Pleasure. Serena.
I like that name.
Not a wizard, no hat.
I understand.
She'll just kind of smile. So I guess you're going to come hang out with us.
Yeah.
Don't worry, you'll be in excellent hands. And then she'll kind of look back to Baynor. Now, for the last of you, he'll look over at Alm. I have a few things you could potentially do, but really you could benefit from being in multiple places. Go assist Kerfer in his physical training, or you could stay here and help Goblin and Tristan. You have a preference?
Well, where's the physical training taking place?
It's going to happen on the main gate, the bridge we came on that has the weird gravity.
Yeah, so either way, I got to be underground, right?
Yes,
Just
we're
kind of missing
all
the sunshine
underground.
on my skin.
You'll be back to the sun soon enough.
I just kind of look at I picture like each of the groups kind of standing near each other. I kind of glance back and forth. Anyone need help for something? I mean, I'm kind of easy either way, out of my element, regardless of what I'm doing.
Oh, this isn't to help us. This is to help you.
This is to help master your shape-shifting abilities.
If I don't really know what I can do that will help that, but I would assume just physical work would probably be better.
You've
Physical
done
work,
plenty
you
of
say?
that.
Then I have
all
the
I know.
perfect task for you. You're going to stay and assist us here. I have a feeling your particular gift may be beneficial. So he will keep Alm, Goblin, and Tristan.
Alm was the ooze the whole time.
And for Dennis, he kind of looks back to you. Unfortunately, your blessing is also a little bit of a predicament in disguise. While having two powers is a great gift, especially such strong powers, is going to make learning both of them quite difficult. Which of your
I don't.
powers would you prefer to work on? I have no one person who can assist you with everything you need to know. But you do have some time.
Well, Kalsto,
hmm
can I attempt to see how this branches out depending on which one I focus on?
I
Get a
mean,
little sneak peek of what I might unlock if I pursue either one.
you can
What and
certainly
do
try.
well. I would like. I certainly would like to try.
Go for it. As you kind of focus, it's hard because it doesn't really feel split. You just kind of see yourself sitting and you look like you're meditating. You just see
Um,
yourself meditating a lot.
that that doesn't look too hard. I I don't know. The prophecies give me a headache. How about magic? You said.
If that's indeed what this is, absolutely.
I might as well test the doubts, right? I,
Why don't you go with Serena as well then?
okay.
Well, we better have you get to it. If something changes here, I will certainly let you know. All right, Tristan. I will need you to stand here, Goblin. We're gonna have a chair put down over there for you. You could just observe this. Now, we won't actually need you until the second attempt.
Uh, Tristan.
Hold
I
on.
have.
I'm still giving you instructions, young man. Tristan, you will only be able to see the first time you're doing this. After that, you will be blindfolded, and Goblin will have to give you instructions. He's like, wait, what?
I just nod in understanding.
Before we get separated,
Uh-huh.
I do want to catch Tristan by the arm.
Mhm.
Hey, screw prophecy. It doesn't matter who or what you are. Don't do this for M or for us. Let this prove to you that you have what it takes, all right?
Kind of
And
nod.
if I have to watch a slime digest you like Dennis foretold, I will never let your spirit rest, all right?
You probably shouldn't sit in the stands then. I mean, and you hear this glooping sound down the hallway, and you will get a turn.
Never, Tristan.
Uh,
Never.
He will tell you though, technically Tristan's power that he identified him as, it's metal.
That's a cool power.
So is shape-shifting, Dennis is prophecy and magic, Goblin is mind, Mist is senses, Kerf is dragon, Zoe is moon, and Tristan is metal.
There must have been a mix-up somewhere. My power should be kobold.
Who knows?
Sorry, we left
It's an ancient language.
we left Kobold at home.
Dang it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna make it with
Baynor.
dragon.
Well, so this is the interesting thing too, and we don't actually have any. This would be one of those ones where like Eyes of the Runekeeper would really good. You're gonna also have to do homework, Miss, to study what some of these things mean because you're basically learning all these runic symbols that exist. There are quite a few.
Yes, I do have Arcana.
That or we need to get a cell phone hotline set up to Baynor and the Drow. Like, and it looks like this. What does that one mean? Okay.
Either that or Zoe's gonna have to invest in some time into Eyes of the Runekeeper, and Miss just gonna have to work on her penmanship.
All right. So you do have time to watch the first trial if you wish to do so for Tristan.
Yep.
All right.
I
So
need-
while you wait to leave,
I need to be proven right. Everybody's been doubting me this
All right,
whole
so
time.
all of you get Arcade there
I
at the
don't even
moment,
know what is
including
doubting
your
you.
traders. So he's
Just
sitting there.
saying. Tristan's been saying it's going to be fine this whole time. I need to see.
Just because Tristan said it's going to be fine doesn't mean that Tristan doesn't believe you. Tristan just knows it will end up being fine.
The way he says it makes me feel like he's undermining me.
So he's like leaning up on one of the railings, bouncing.
Tristan
I think
gets
you're full of
melted.
shit.
Dennis just pops up. Ha! I told you. All right. So as you get out, you see Tristan kind of sitting there, and you see Goblin sitting in a chair. You just get to watch on this one because you can't do your exercise until after this, anyways.
Okay.
He's like, okay, now what? Like, now? You win? Or you fail? If you fail and you survive, you recover and you do it again. We'll repeat this process until you succeed or until you die. Dennis,
Great.
or not Dennis, Tristan just kind of like looks back. Like, what's the percentage on dying? Fear not, we will not try to intentionally cause you undue harm, but sometimes lessons need to be learned. And you just watch this massive brownish, orange, reddish, rusty looking ooze crawl out from the tunnel.
Oh my god, he's going to die.
I'm
Let's
never
go,
going to hear the end of
Tristan.
this.
You can do it.
It takes all about
Look,
12
who's next to me? Who's next to me right now?
I would be.
You hear him mutter out play by play of everything that is going to happen in this fight, and it happens as he's saying it.
In this one, it actually doesn't. You actually see the later iterations. This is his first bout.
Okay.
So you watch, and it's not super aggressive at this moment, which is strange. You're not exactly sure how this works. And you watch as he's trying to fight it, and it strikes him back, and he's not doing well. But he tries to hit it, and like he hurts himself more by hitting it than he actually can hurt it for. The only help you can have is from your dear friend here who's watching. Like I said, you will be able to view this time. You will be blindfolded for all further attempts. So, Goblin, take notes while your friend is in pain now.
Great.
Any bright
Use the-
ideas?
Use them.
You're all there. You can all yell stuff out at the moment.
Use
though.
the metal arm.
Oh, yeah. And you watch as he goes to form a metal arm, and he punches it inside, and you just see it like scold the arm. He's like, doesn't work, doesn't work, doesn't work. Huh. It literally, you watch it start globbing on and like melting like massive chunks of his skin away.
It's like a liquid. Treat it like viscous water and acid.
What does that even mean? And then you just watch it like envelop him, and it kind of sits. And then all of a sudden you watch it get pulled back rapidly, and you just see Tristan with acid burns, missing skin spots, just like laying on the ground, not moving. And then you just see this other little transparent blue ooze slowly start going over towards Tristan, and it just bloop, sits on top of him. He's still not moving though. Oh. I knew the odds of it being done on the first time were pretty low. But that one.
He didn't even have time to learn that he's going to get pinned against the wall at least a dozen times.
Yeah, he looks pretty bad. Ah, my dear friend, your first opportunity for training. And he'll kind of go over, and you see a little blue ooze comes over towards you guys. This is Tiny.
Well, hello, Tiny.
I have a theory about your ability that may not only help your friend here, but may also strengthen your own abilities. You see, your shapeshifting is based on cellular modification. Through this ooze and the nutrients in the other ooze, you can use your cellular modification to help heal Tristan potentially. or at least increase his healing time. It'll take a lot of stamina out of you, and it will drain you, but it will also allow you to grow stronger. So, just shove your hands in there and focus.
Okay.
Not you.
Mr. Farmer.
Okay.
Yes.
He was talking to you that whole time.
I completely was like zoned out. Sorry.
He wants you to shove your hands in the goo, so you can practice. He's basically, by putting your hands in this goo, your cellular kind of restructuring. It basically is going to drain your stamina and your energy to help the other ooze help him regenerate tissue. So you get to practice cellular manipulation through this ooze, and then he gets to do more attempts per day.
Okay, this sounds like I'm probably going to lose my hands.
No, it won't do anything. It's quite cool.
I gingerly stick like a pinky in first.
It's cool to the touch, but it does not harm you.
Okay, then I'll slowly kind of slide one hand in and wait a minute before I do the other.
As you put your hands in, it feels kind of cool. And you could it almost feels for a moment like you could kind of feel like what Tristan's thinking. And you just gotta get this like, oh, I don't want to be important anymore. This burns.
What
But-
burns?
He can't move. He's totally fucked up. He got basically.
No,
he
I
got
look at
melted.
him and I say that.
Oh no, so you're in a stand watching his first trial. He got melted within 2 hit points of dying, and is currently being healed by an ooze that you're connected to on the floor.
Right, but I
So
still
he's, like,
ask,
missing
what
chunks.
burns? Like, this is
Oh, he's
cold.
unconscious.
No, he's saying that.
Oh,
out
I
loud.
gotcha. Yeah, see, it'll be fine.
Is he talking to the other guy he's got up in there, or?
As you put your hands in, you watch the ooze in the center of the thing that he's currently within start glowing bright green.
That's Hedge's magic, isn't it?
Who's Hedge?
He's a guy that you sometimes think you are.
What?
I don't know. You and Tristan keep telling me I'm wrong whenever I bring it up, so I stopped bringing it up.
You have periodic delusions. We'll talk about it later.
I think he's the one that sounds delusional. He also doesn't sound too sure of himself. He's never like, kind of steady
No,
in his
no.
speech.
No, Dennis
Dennis
is very
is definitely
consistent
right.
about that.
See,
always.
see, Alm gets it. I'm not.
You watch
I-
as Tristan stands up out of the ooze, fully healed. The minute he stands up, you just kind of feel like you got winded real quick. And then you just kind of pick your.
Now, I'm still poisoned too, aren't I?
No,
No.
you got healed.
Okay.
Serena, God damn it. So
They're not going to be
good.
easier when Serena's actually here.
Oh, I was talking about the other Serena. My bad. Oddly enough, that might have been the person. So technically, Serena, while she's referred to as a sorceress, Baynor doesn't come from our world. Baynor comes from the world Leah comes from. Technically, it's because he's trained most of his drow. Serena is technically what would be considered a shaman.
Okay.
So Serena would have cured him. It's canon now. See, I fixed it.
I don't know, tally marker. What do you say?
I don't have a Serena tally.
Okay.
All right. So as you watch him kind of stand back up, he looks over, like back at Curve. He looks at Dennis.
All right, I give him like a I told you so.
At least it was quick.
How many times does this take me, Dennis?
Stay away from the walls, buddy.
And you watch as Baynor just walks up behind him and ties a blindfold on him. All right, the rest of you should really get off to your training.
But I
Okay.
will say, I didn't. That attempt wasn't the one I saw.
Also,
And before you leave, as you guys kind of get down to him before he gets into an next attempt, he will actually go over to Dennis. Well,
Um,
good luck, other gold dragon, in your training.
no,
I wish you well. He's gonna look at you and he's like, honestly, can I tell you something I've learned, Dennis?
no, but you're going to.
What if you don't want me to? You may ask me one day.
Just, just band-aid it.
Wait, more appropriate time. He'll kind of just
You're gonna tell Leah about this, aren't you?
he'll
I
shake your
don't.
hand and just look at you. Good luck with your training, Mr. Two Powers. And then he'll just kind of start walking back towards the arena.
Tiny, please take very good care of him. He's going to need it.
Makes like a little sound.
later, Silver is going to need to do some ooze-to-ooze communications.
All right. So, how we're going to do this to be more expedient, because we don't want to go too late tonight. We also want to get some good results. I'm going to do you guys group by group. So, first, Mist.
Uh-huh.
We're working on your amulet training.
All
So,
right.
this is your primary focus until you pass, unless you reject it and don't want to do it anymore. So if you spend like 2 days doing this and you have no success, you could potentially train on something else. But if you spend all 3 days, you may not learn other things. So keep that in mind. So for your first day, amulet,
Yes.
D100.
Ooh, no.
And you don't have inspo, do you?
Oh man.
Nope. It was almost an 18.
Yeah. So you guys spend your first day traveling out. You hunt food. He kind of works with you on the concepts of this thing. He doesn't have a power you can look at. It just makes it weird. You're trying to like attune to it and make sense of it, but you have no such luck. On your second day, and I'm only going to do 3 days at a time, and then I'm going to do Tristan last because if he fails, then we have to keep going anyways. So, second day, do you continue to work on this or do you work on your own power?
I'm going to take a break from the amulet and work on one of my powers.
Sure. Roll your D100. Okay, that's not so bad. Roll another D100, and this is my own internal over under. Over. Excellent. Let's see. Ooh, missed. Ooh. As you kind of are sitting there and you are hunting, he tried to explain like concepts of ways to kind of think about this. You end up developing this interesting modification to your power known as deceive. You can trick any of a target's senses into sensing something that is not correct by looking at them. They do have to make a save, but for example, you could make a guard standing in front of a building smell fire. You could potentially make someone see something that's not there. Feel like they're being stabbed when they're not. Tasting horrible things they didn't taste. And so on and so forth.
I'm going to definitely need to test out taste.
Yeah, and so like one of the fun things like that you do during the hunt is you end up like making these more passive underdark creatures they eat like feel like they're being chased by a creature, and you literally run them until they like run into a heart attack and fall over and die. And then you can feed on them.
Yep.
All right. Your third day.
Go amulet.
Amulet, another D100.
Exactly the same.
So as you continue to work on it, it takes time. It's not great. You've attuned to it through some help. And the only result you're able to yield throughout the entire day, at one point you are holding it, and this blue beam just flies out of it and starts shining like off at a wall for like 15 seconds, and then it stops.
All right, I'm
You
gonna need
get
to
it to
focus on this.
function, but you don't get any real great control or mastery of it.
Yep.
All right. Those are your first three. Curve,
Hi.
you're all by yourself, huh?
I have a friend.
Who went with you?
This guy
Oh,
who's helping me out.
No, he's not your friend. He's your trainer. So I make you work guard duty with me the entire 3 days you're here. I don't even let you check on Tristan until you go home at the end of the day. And you probably all go home very tired at the end of each of these days, regardless of what you do.
Does Mist even go home?
No, Mist is the only one who does not
Yeah.
go home. But Mist also does get tired at the end of every day, regardless of what Mist does.
Mhm.
So, Turf. Day one of training. I need you to roll a D100.
Yes, sir.
You do a lot of combat training, you learn a lot of moves. This guy is stupidly strong. You lucky little fucker.
Nice.
Surfer is also very strong.
I've been doing this my entire life.
It's funny too. Oh god, I have to remember because I told you I was going to tell you about this afterwards. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you end up kind of discussing what you've done. You know, these things you could do, the new things you could do, blowing the smoke, blowing the fire. You tell him about the time with the tanks you kind of lit up, and it kind of starts running through his head, and it kind of just clicks to him, and he ends up working with you, and you end up working on this fire breath, and you kind of learn to like manipulate and almost bend the fire and fly it in real time. On your first day, through the hard work and pushing and the exhaustion this man puts you through, you unlock your first ultimate power.
Ooh.
Nice.
So
Okay.
you can breathe fire into a 50-foot line that you can bend, so you can move it as well. Like you can go around corners with it. So basically, you shoot at a fiery dragon. At the end of that, it goes into a 15-foot cone, and it's a dexterity saving throw for modifying scale damage. I believe right now, based on what it was, what did they call it at this level? I think it's 3d10 fire damage in a cone for your normal save for your dragon powers.
Oh god damn.
So you just watch and you start shooting this thing like down, and just like exploding out. Like, oh, excellent serpent! I am going to enjoy training you.
The practice.
You know, I
with
got a
ink.
lot of inspiration from that black one. I think this is going to go pretty nicely.
I could not agree any further. Second day.
99.
He beats the living shit out of you all day long, day two. Like we're working on it, you're feeling it, but oh man, like it hurts. You did so good on day one, and then after he's kind of taught you and helped you with this fire, all he has really left to do is teach you these physical aspects. It's just a painful day.
I miss
Day
Tristan.
3.
I want to go see
The
Tristan. I bet
first
he's
day set
dying
of
right now.
expectations. He went harder on you for day 2.
Mm-hmm. Day 3.
It's just, it's all downhill.
It's good training. Like you're still benefiting from a lot of this training. You don't pick up any kind of new skills or developments, but you do pick up some physical conditioning. It doesn't change anything, but it's character. It's character.
My entire body is one big bruise.
All right, that's your first 3 days. Zoe,
Mm-hmm.
for your training, you get brought into the Temple of the Moon. Kenneth looks, so, from what I'm told, been having a little bit of difficulty using your powers while you're down here.
Yeah.
Mind telling me
Uh,
why?
well, when he first appeared, I glowed. Sent to the moon, and then I could make other people also glow, and they seemed to feel better. I also felt better, but I haven't been able to do that ever since I came down here. I could call a star, though. A small one, but a star.
Why do you feel you have trouble accessing the moon down here?
She just kind of shrugs. I don't know. I just don't feel that connection.
You know, even if you can't see the moonlight, the moon still gives off energy.
Hmm.
Well, before I can teach you anything else, I think we need to work on your focus a bit.
I agree.
Just the thing. And you watch as she'll kind of sit there and you watch as she moves this thing and you watch a cylinder of light appear on an altar in the middle of the room.
Ooh.
And then she shuts it. And then you look, and on the altar, you see a glowing short sword, glowing with moonlight. This is a moonblade.
A moonblade?
And then you
I've never
watch as
seen one
she
of
is
those.
going to go ahead and dispel it, and you watch the light dissipate from it. For your training, you're going to be focusing moon energy through the rocks in the mountains, into you, and into the blade, onto the room.
She takes a confident stance. All right, I've got this.
When you light it up, you'll be ready to move on to your next step.
Hmm.
And she'll kind of
Uh,
explain the focusing to you. All right,
she
roll a
listens
d100.
intently.
Roll a d100 for your day one. I'm grabbing a trick 1 second.
Not the best start for day one. But could be a lot worse.
You have to struggle a bit on your first day. You haven't seen anyone do it without the moon. You do it. It feels like it's so hard to access anything. You feel like you need to be in the moonlight. And she kind of sits there, and then you watch at the end of day one as she literally focuses the moon energy into the blade without any moonlight present. Just have to focus. Do better tomorrow. Don't worry. Day two.
Filled with determination. Day two did not go well.
It is ridiculously hard. Day three.
She got it on day three.
As you're sitting there, exhausted, everything like you feel like you're mentally exhausted from your training, but you, for some reason, you feel physically exhausted at the end of every day as well. And on the final day, you watch as you light up the sword in front of you, and you just get like super giddy.
I did it! Serena, I did it!
She just kind of looks super excited for you. So
Her ears are perked up, her tail is wagging, she's bouncing.
for Zoe, where are you on my page? Essentially, what you've learned to do, if you've become better at focusing this moon energy. So, what you could kind of do now, you don't have the ability to really stockpile it at this point, but as you focus, you're able to actually pull in enough moon energy for one use of your ability without moonlight being present. Who knows what you might be able to do when you get up to the surface with real moonlight? So you can at least use once per rest. You can use your moon ability without any moon being present.
Okay.
In addition, because this is your last power up on that power, it gains another die on top of what it currently has.
The moon mount?
Hmm. For
Okay.
your temp HP buff. Not the damage die. That's a cantrip that scales. This is for your
Yeah, the moon
absorption
mount.
shield.
Power burst
Yeah.
is the damage.
Mhm.
I assume the cantrip probably scales the same rate as other
Yeah,
cantrips, right?
correct. But yes, so that is your current power.
She gives Serena an excited hug.
Mhm. All right, Dennis, my lovely friend.
Yeah. Excuse me,
She,
Miss Serena.
Mhm.
I broke my glasses. Is there a place where you could get new ones?
Sorry, I could ask someone to mend these for you, perhaps. We all have
No, I
perfect.
wasn't able to pick them up. I was running. I just need new
Oh.
glasses.
We all have perfect eyesight, but I'll see what I can do.
Oh, great.
What is
Okay.
this glasses you speak of?
All right. Well,
Wait, these glasses help you see better.
yeah.
Well, then fear not. Eventually, we'll work on your power of prophecy. That was an excellent one we could do. But first,
No,
Hmm?
okay. No, just what am I doing?
I feel like you are very conflicted. Have you used magic before?
People tell me I have, but it's always just kind of been more of a heightened emotion. Like I've never really said an incantation. It's always been more of a feeling kind of thing. Like and I'm going to like if I imagine that my nose is like kind of itchy, I can kind of turn that into this, and I'll manifest a fireball.
Hmm.
I don't think that's normal. I don't know.
I think you're going to need a little bit of guided meditation to figure this out.
Yeah, I knew you would say that.
And she's going to so she'll spend her first day with you. Zoe doesn't need much. Zoe just has to work at it. Zoe doesn't need much coaching.
Do I see any of my echoes in this room?
Not unless you make one.
And then there's also this that I could do too, and I'm gonna manifest the bigger buffer version of me. It's like it's me, but it's not me, but it's like a me that's done similar things to me, but it I don't know. I was really bored one day and just needed someone to keep me company, and I only had myself around.
That might be part of your conflict or your powers, anyways. I think what we need to do, we just need to get you to meditate and focus independently on each of these things. I have the feeling of this overlapping causing conflict within you. If we can kind of isolate it and focus on one or both, but separately, probably have better control. At least that's best I can really think of right now.
Okay.
All right, day one.
I would like the inspiration.
Go for it.
Oh man.
You can't. Fate gets you sometimes.
It sure does.
You spend the first day and you spend deep thought on this, trying to kind of think about these powers you're told you're having. You kind of can feel these things, but trying to focus on one with all these other things going on in your life right now is just very difficult. You probably go home at the end of day one. It's probably hard to sleep as you're just trying to overthinking of ways to approach it. Roll day two. kind of sitting there. Hmm. Just continue focusing and meditating. Serena, and this is probably Serena did really bad on her second day, right?
Zoe did, yeah.
Zoe.
Yeah, Zoe. Yeah, I mean Serena teaching bad second day. Horrible day. Dennis, as you're kind of sitting there meditating, and so you probably notice at first, which is probably why you get fucked up so bad that day. You just watch as this light appears in front of Dennis, and Dennis is just currently meditating, not really noticing it so much as now. And there's a book that almost looks translucent, and then it becomes solid, and it's floating in front of Dennis's head.
She just gets like thoroughly distracted and wanders over and like begins examining him in the book without touching anything.
Dennis, you open your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
When you hear kind of Zoe walking over, there's a book floating in front of you. It is a purple book with gold trim. Very fancy looking.
I flinch, get up, back away.
As you back away, it follows you.
Uh,
I think it likes you.
is it yours?
No?
Wait,
Isn't it yours?
no.
On the cover of the book is the same rune that Mist drew with the help of Silver.
Okay. Well, I mean, maybe I reach out and I'm going to like touch it with my fingertip.
And as you do, it disappears. And you feel different. Like you almost feel like a shock kind of go through you.
Are you okay?
Now I feel tingly. Like I could just like spread out my hands and then like shoot something out. Like kind of like this.
As this is
And,
going
like,
on, and
this-
for some reason, Sykes is hanging out where you guys are. He's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Oh, hi, Sykes.
Oh, hey,
How'd you get?
hey,
How'd
guys.
you get in here?
Oh, of course, I'm following the wonderful and most powerful wizard Zoe.
She does an elaborate bow with the tip of the hat.
And he'll kind of lean in. I know they've been friendly, and I'm warming up slightly, but I still don't trust them.
Is he following me?
You have your doubts
Okay.
about him.
Mr. Sykes, these are very friendly.
I
people.
want to see his future, please.
You can certainly try.
I would like to try.
Don't do it.
I want to see where he goes after this.
Oh, it fell up a 0 to a 90. Ouch.
Oh,
Oh,
oh well.
No such luck. Nothing occurs.
Okay.
I would say basically the insight you immediately pick up on, the minute you kind of had this major progression moment, he almost seemed disappointed. You're not sure if like he's just so certain that it's Tristan that your progress, like speaking against it, makes him upset, or if there's more to it.
No, you know what this is? It's something even simpler. He is going to lose a bet.
Day 3. Since you've worked on magic, do you want to continue working on magic, or do you want to work on prophecy?
If I can't get that book to appear again, I'm gonna do magic again.
All right, roll another D100.
Dang.
You feel something in there. Something definitely has changed, but you don't acquire any new different changes within there. You feel good though. A little peppy.
Zoe's the one that distracts you this time when she calls out.
Oh, yep. Well, do you think you could like infuse objects with it But like, I start talking to her about her power instead of focusing on what I'm doing that day.
Yeah. So essentially, and it will manifest itself more as you've kind of now ascertained it. You will have your grimoire now. And you'll get access to a couple of spells that already remain in it. So your existing spells will be in there, and then it has some spells that will already be there as well. And this is your effective spell book plus shenanigans.
Okay.
All right. To see if we're going to be here more than 3 days, I guess we have to go to the last 3 chuckleheads.
Kalsto, before we get to that,
Mhm.
I just said we're exhausted at the end of the day, but during recreation, would Zoe be able to help Tristan out a little bit? Give him a little bit of practice against more liquid enemies?
Tristan is literally not conscious. And so basically, by the time you all get home at the end of the day, and Tristan is probably in the worst shape, depending on how these training days go, I need to roll for, which will ascertain if you have an opportunity to do that. You are all physically, like, you go home, you eat a shit ton of food, and then you go to bed.
Okay. Yeah, if he's not in any condition to do so, then obviously
Well,
if he is in a
we'll see how they
condition
do.
to do so, she's gonna like use shape water and have Silver kind of help get him a better idea of like how to detect the presence of an ooze and what they might be doing, kind of thing.
Miss, you're probably eating better than anybody else right now. This man knows his stuff. Like, you guys are eating gourmet in the the underdark jungle, so to speak.
Oh, hey, if anything, I'm learning how to cook.
Oh, I don't know.
Every
This
night,
this gets fun.
this man like whittles a mushroom stump into an elegant table, weaves a
The knife work
tablecloth.
is impressive as well. All right, so collectively, so basically, how this goes every single day until Tristan. If Tristan rolls too high, Tristan could potentially die from this. We are all 3 going to roll our D100s one day at a time. You guys can develop things in those days. If Tristan succeeds and has a success, then our training is over. If not, then we might have to stay longer. So, Goblin, and Tristan all 3 roll D100s for day 1. And essentially, how the training goes is he's blindfolded. He has to beat this ooze. The only person who can tell him what to do is Goblin. And then essentially is helping with the cellular regeneration and healing after every failure.
Becoming one with the ooze.
You can get, depending on how well you roll, you could probably get like 12 attempts in a day, until there's literally nothing the magic and the regeneration can do for Tristan, until his body has literally been pushed too far to regenerate more that day.
Well, I'm like an alms roll.
Oh, not too bad. So, day 1. And you just sweat out. You're used to working hard, just continuously, and you're focusing on this, and just trying to do everything you can. You just want to help. What all you've ever really wanted to do. And as you kind of focus on this, and they don't do bad. They're not able to beat it on the first day. You lucky son of a bitch. You unlock your first ultimate. So, once per day, for 1 minute, you can unlock the first tier of your ultimate ability, which is called cellular regeneration. So for 1 minute, you regenerate 10 hit points every turn for 1 minute is your first tier of this ability.
Damn.
Goblin.
Yes.
You don't roll great, but you don't roll bad. And with your sass, as part of your mind abilities, you develop a specific ability I picked very specifically for you. You get vicious mockery.
Yes. Oh, it's
While he's getting
beautiful.
piled on by the ooze, Goblin is yelling.
With your
insults at
intelligent
him.
insults and witty charm, you're able to sling insults with the best of them. Tristan
Do you
shows
have mine coded, or I need to do it?
I haven't coded yet. I'll code them later. I didn't want to
Okay.
tell you too much what they were. We're going to stop here not too long anyways. You guys will get your powers. We might see how long it takes Tristan to succeed. Goblin, at one point during this fight, as you're kind of trying to explain to Tristan, he's just getting fucked up like all day long. Like, he's doing good. He's just, this thing is rough. You watch as a glob of ooze gets lobbed and almost is going like straight at your head. And you're kind of sitting in this chair and you kind of freeze for a second, not even thinking that you could potentially be hit by something. And you watch this shield that's just kind of like in the shit on the ground around here from just the arena flies over in front of your face and impacts the acid hit instead of it melting and damaging you. Seems like somebody else developed part of their power. But something was thrown in front of you at least, and you were not damaged. Day 2. Roll again. Oh, shit. Not bad. Ooh.
Goblin was still a bit shaken from yesterday.
Do we get to know what he rolls?
Because you can't see. His first one was a 36. His second one was a 30. Goblin. They continue going, like, it is a bit impressive to watch, like, as much as this guy's getting fucked up, like, he does keep trying, and he gets melted, he keeps trying, gets melted, and Alm is pretty impressive, too, like, he just continuously looks, like, pale and drained, but he's doing everything he can to, like, lean into this. Just more of a harder day for you. As you kind of continue and you gain strength by just continuously doing this process through the ooze. Tristan seems you get more attempts this day. He's healing faster and more often the more you guys do this.
Can I also, as I do this, do I know that I've unlocked this cellular regeneration ability?
Yeah, like you can watch, because like even if you like fall later and you cut yourself and you just watch it like,
Yeah,
so you get a concept, you can master this ability.
I'm going to also be focused. I'm trying to grasp what that is. I'm also going to be trying, if it's possible, to channel that ability through it to put more healing into what's going to him.
You're not sure what the ooze is, but you definitely feel like it's working. So depending on what you get tomorrow, I'm going to tell you what you have more or less. But yeah, you definitely unlock the ultimate through whatever with his role and your role. More healings in per day. It seems to be working better. So everything seems to be working fine. Third and final day, unless he fucks up and doesn't pass. D100s, fellas.
Damn it, there goes the swing to the other way.
All right. Unfortunately, the trial has not passed. You guys have a really rough day that third day. Just continuing at it. You still have more attempts. It's just rough. So, we'll be back at the house. We'll call it the third evening as we're just sitting there all tired. Probably like in the middle of eating dinner, just talking about what we've been doing. You're 31 from the day prior. You seemingly you're not sure what it is. You figured out kind of like on your own time. It really doesn't seem to be impacted your training other than maybe you've heightened it through all of this work you've been doing. You develop a new ability. You now in all, whether you're or hedge, they work slightly differently, but now can use animal shaping forms. However, you do not work with the hit points the same way the druid does. So if you were to turn into like, you had 20 hit points and you turn into a rhinoceros with 120 hit points, you gain the difference of the hit points that you would have got, but you always kind of maintain the hit points are hit points. You're just shape shifting. It's not like turning into another form. but you can always do that even if you're not hedged. If you're hedged, then it just works normally.
So is this an unlimited or?
It works exactly like beast shape, but it's based on your generic whatever class level.
For a number of times per day?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would almost say you could probably turn into like minor stuff, like anything that would be like a familiar, you could probably do it and it wouldn't even count. The bigger forms will put the limit on. If you want to turn to like a mouse or a cat or something, I don't give two shits.
Cool.
All right, so you are back at your lodging for the third night, all tired, all having a good meal. What do you discuss do?
You guys all look really worn out. I imagine Dennis is like has it the easiest.
I would say, Miss, you probably come back in just because they're curious and they want to check in. So you're probably here for this one day.
Mm.
Roll a D100, Mist.
Here's my 21.
As you kind of get in last and you see everyone just looks as exhausted as you. Some of them look really fucked up, but you all look tired. And you look at it and you see all of their wonderful shining faces and their little magical runes on their forehead.
Yep.
Something has changed. Let me send you a whisper.
Oh.
Ooh.
I'm not giving that one to you just yet.
Dennis
What?
has a third rune.
You feel like maybe some of this has helped you progress along with that amulet.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you guys catch up, kind of fill each other within what you're doing. Anyone have anything specific they want to share or show off?
Um,
Yeah, I want to show Tristan the beam attack.
It's not a beam; it's like a fire blast.
Yeah, but it's line-ish.
Don't do it inside the
Cone-ish.
city, please.
It's line-ish. Think of it more as a curve, though, for your own benefit.
I still show
That
it to
is-
him.
What are you gonna hit?
I don't know.
Like just the
It's
wall
not
or
really
something?
like a target-rich environment. Yeah, just the wall.
All right,
Oh.
so you guys all go out, and you just watch Kerf unleash his fire, similar to when he was heating or she was heating up the cylinders, and it looks like a flying dragon almost shoots out of Kerf's mouth, and like flies up and around, and then in the air you just watch it explode and send out a cone of fire everywhere.
Wow.
The fuck are they teaching you?
So the first day went really well, and then he was just beating the shit out of me for 2 days.
I want to go train with that guy.
Hey Tristan,
I got
I
beat,
can show
he
you
beat the
what
shit out of me for 3 days. And he'll watch over and you watch him at the table and he moves a fork to him.
Wait, no, that's really cool. Wait, do it
All I can
again.
do.
That's really cool.
I will tap Tristan on the shoulder while I'm sitting across the table from him.
Yeah? Oh, here. And he'll move the fork over to your side too. And then he'll spin your spin around or the fork around so it faces you.
Mhm.
Ta-da! Impressive, no, right?
Oh, well, I have this book here.
What book?
I started writing down recipes while we were out.
Oh,
A cookbook?
He's actually a really good cook.
Oh, you need to cook some of these for us.
Roper tentacle? Basted in bullet fat? That's genius.
Right?
I saw a cool looking book, but it disappeared.
Oh,
Zoe's gonna like stand up, put one leg up on her chair, and hold Silver up with 2 hands, and the 2 of them just begin glowing.
I clap.
I clapped. Dude, that's impressive.
figured out how to do it without being directly under the moon. Although it's a bit exhausting.
But Dennis, what'd you say? You saw a book? That's cool too, I guess.
Yeah, it kind of looked purple with like gold.
You watch it appear behind it
lines.
as he describes the different things, like the elements
like
start appearing behind him.
I
and
start
green
nodding.
tassets.
Oh
and
yes,
then,
it looks just like that.
When I reached out and tried to touch it, this disappeared and I haven't seen it again.
And then it disappears as he explains it.
I imagine just like as he's describing it, everyone circles around to the same side of the table, and it's not actually looking at him, just looking past him at it.
Yeah, and like I'm totally just like face downside on the table, like yeah. Couldn't even open it to read it. Just
You'll get
Then
there.
I think you need to envision it in your hands. Just close your eyes, envision it, and then reach out and grab it.
well, like this, and I'll just sit up, close my eyes, hold my hands out, and start thinking about it.
I will say you do notice too, and he doesn't specifically have to show it off, but sometimes when Goblin insults you guys now, it hurts a little bit more. Just don't feel quite right for at least an action or so. You know,
Right in the feels.
right in the feels. Do you show off any of your newfound abilities to them? No one specifically would be super relevant or knowledgeable that you gained anything because you discovered the animal thing on your own time. And the regeneration thing isn't like blatantly obvious. We know you're working on it, but you haven't been hurt.
No, nothing I specifically show off. This like Am is actually a pretty humble kind of person, so he's not wanting to like he considered that being kind of a braggart, like look what I can do.
Yeah.
He just so he's like, doesn't really say anything or show anything. He's just like, I'm just worn out from doing everything I can to help him, and looks over at Tristan.
Tristan will kind of look over at Mist. Like, what about you? Can you move butter knives?
No, I can do this. I will like mime poking him in the forehead and poke him in the forehead.
Oh, that is weird. It's like when people do the pulling the string out of your arm or your neck type thing with the fingers.
Yep.
Like, oh, stop. Oh, God. What is that?
It's Sykes in the room.
Do curve next.
No, don't do me.
Sykes is in here, yeah.
Hi, Sykes, why are you still here?
Kinda mean.
Because I'm not allowed to leave until you're allowed to leave because I came here with you. But I'm not allowed to be part of the super cool club, so I spend my day just walking around with it. And he points out at the window, and there's just a guy looking at him with Bob.
Well, that's very nice of Bob to take you around.
So how does Sykes look?
He looks the same. He's not training.
Okay.
So we will wander up to him.
I gotta send you a whisper. It hasn't happened yet, but I just thought of something very hilarious.
Zoe will kind of wander up to him, take a hat off. Just go down.
Sorry we dragged you into all this.
Look,
I mean, you could have just left if you really didn't want to be here, I guess.
I don't have a choice.
No, I'll have a word with Mr. Banner. Maybe we can arrange your departure.
That's very generous of you, Kerf, but I really just need to talk to Master Tristan.
Master.
No, I don't think you do.
Just because you can blow up a wall doesn't mean I'm afraid of you.
How about we all settle down and have some food?
You're right. Getting upset over nothing. Right?
I just blow some smoke out of my nose.
Roll a performance check to see if you can blow smoke rings.
Yes.
It's beautiful. You just blow a smoke ring. It's Sykes right in the face. You did that on purpose.
I just grab like a whole leg of turkey and down it in one bite.
Oh yeah, and they feed you guys well. All right, so we're gonna do this one day at a time now to see. We're gonna start with Tristan, Goblin, and Alm every day because they're the ones that have to pass.
Mhm.
Is there anything you guys want to do before that night ends?
Oh, I'm gonna tap Dennis on the shoulder.
Ghostly or for real?
For real.
Good.
He'll like shift his like which cheek he's lying on the table and look at you. Oh, hey, he's gonna like squint and get closer to you. Mist. Yeah, you're missed. Hi.
You're really that out of it, huh?
It's hard to see eye color without. And I'm gonna gesture to my missing glasses.
Oh, that. Okay, yeah. Never mind. That is a fair point. Is the 2 rune thing really bothering you?
I feel like the next words out of your mouth are gonna like really, really make me even more distressed. So just say it.
Nope. I will stand up and drag you somewhere private.
Okay.
Also, we have not been able to figure out how to make glasses for you. I rolled a 93 on glass making.
Okay. I
Can't get the
guess we're
prescription
gonna go
right.
have a private moment.
Once I know we're out of earshot and alone enough,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna whisper this to you.
Kalsto. Would I know of a recipe for any kind of elixir that helps with eyesight? I imagine it's temporary, but
I know an elixir that makes it worse.
Maybe like we all do. Maybe for like just a pain component, but nothing that actually helps with eyesight. No.
okay. Oh, and has she had the opportunity to head into town at all and chat with people, or
They don't let you go into town. They escort you from training home, training. They don't let you really mingle with anybody.
well, if she gets the chance, since Mist is back, she's gonna see if she can't find Mist's trainer and see if she can't ask him about some of the local plants and things like that. See if she can't update her little herbalist guide.
Yeah, we'll spend a little time. Okay. Let's do Goblin and me. Day one. Ooh.
Is cooking with fire. Or goo.
Oh no.
That bad, huh?
We'll come back to that training. Zoe, you're back at the Zoe and Dennis. You're or actually, yeah, you'd be in the same spot anyway. Zoe and Dennis, you go back for more training on day 4. Roll your D100s. Dennis, what are you picking today?
Prophecy.
Dennis.
The headaches.
As you're sitting there training, I'll finish you. We'll come back to you too. Okay.
He prophesies a headache.
Miss, you go back out for another 3 days. We're just doing one day at a time at this point. Roll yours.
All right. Let's do myself this time. First day. Oof, nope.
Rough days. Kerf, you go back to training. D100. Motherfucker. Damn, you little shit. After you spend that time with your friends, just being near Tristan, being near these guys, it's just kind of reinvigorated you. As you're working and learning on fighting styles and fighting this drow who just moves in different ways, you develop a new ability. As a bonus action from training, you now can shield bash.
Okay.
That's a spirit.
You could finally be like all the other fighters we see Kalsto play.
Let's see. Okay, Dennis. now that we're done with the trainings for the day, you're sitting there. You focus on prophecy, and you have that vision of Tristan again.
Hmm.
And then you just hear like people running outside.
Like in reality or in
Uh-huh.
illusion?
Like in reality, and you just hear. And there's like a group of people running off towards the Citadel, carrying like medical stuff.
I guess it was today then. Could I? No, I don't think I can. Like, I didn't actually get a vision again. Like, I relived the thin one.
You rewatch the vision of him being melted.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in. If I can follow the crowd and get into the Citadel, sure.
As you kind of run over there and you run inside, you just see Goblin sitting in the middle of the arena, like on his knees.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
You see Goblin sitting in the middle of the arena on his knees.
Can I see what he's looking at?
Roll a perception check with advantage because you've seen it before.
Oh, hold on. I meant to roll that flat because I don't have glasses.
You look and he's not crying, but he has like this really sullen look on his face. And you just watch as he's like holding and supporting the skull. And he just kind of looks back at you with like he doesn't like, and you just see a melted skeleton with little bits of meat and tissue and organs in the middle of the arena. Tristan has been killed, and we'll pick up there next time.
Did you roll 100?
93.
Oof.
Curve, you kind of run in because you all see it. You're like, hey, look what I. And you just see a group of people in the middle. And you just see that there's like this ooze sitting around whatever is remaining of Tristan's body in some sort of prayer that it's not too late. Dennis, do you say anything to Kerf?
It happened.
I just stand there staring at him.
Like my knee gut reaction is trying to go back, but I've never successfully forced myself to go back. And if it's prophecy, but this feels real, like now I'm starting to have doubts about what prophecy even means.
Hey, thank you for the follow.
Pull a D100 in tower really quick, Dennis.
Because if I could just take a few people back and we all know what's going to happen, maybe we could just redo this day.
Shut up.
Well, that sounds like sub 10.
It's today. We just need to redo it. We need to do it better now that we know what's going to happen. Just let us do it better.
As you're kind of sitting there, you just see this individual across the room from you. Totally out of place. You see a man standing in full armor with like a, you know how, and I know you already know what it looks like anyways, but you know how there's armor sets with like, there's like almost an armor skirt on the suit of armor?
Yeah.
Picture that, but instead of a metal skirt, it's essentially like this really fine purple fabric with like gold trim. And then on this individual it's strange. Like it's very thin designed armor, but it has an overly obtuse pot belly designed into the armor, it would seem.
Mhm.
It's like unmatching from the rest of it. And then it has this big purple plume feather coming out of the headpiece. And then there's like purple, gold, and greens kind of inlaid into the armor itself. And it's just looking at you from across the room.
I'm gonna look out to it. I'm just in a desperate mode of panic. This thing's out of place. Everybody's looking at Tristan. I'm just gonna yell out, "Help!"
And as you watch, and he also has like this ridiculously long flowing purple cloak. As you yell out, you watch as he raises a rapier in front of his forehead and kind of swings it to the side. And almost like a salute. And then all of a sudden you just feel yourself wake up. Where the fuck are you? And now we'll pick up next time. You rolled a motherfucking 2.
We gotta save our
Not
man.
bad, my friend. Not bad. I live to move forks another day. All right. So yeah, we'll pause there for tonight. I think we may be back tomorrow. I know I'm only cooking for 5, so it's
we
tomorrow's
might as
a
well.
relaxing day for me.
We have to try because that will give us
5 for
a full
5
week.
The only plans I have tomorrow besides the dinner are my brother and sister are coming down. My sister's already here, and my brother is coming down tomorrow, and we're gonna watch the new Arcane season. That's about the only thing I've got planned.
Yeah. No, we'll probably be around. I'm literally cooking dinner for it's like me, my boys, and my wife. I got my holidays confused. I have 30 people coming for Christmas, and I thought they were coming tomorrow. So I'm very happy they're not coming tomorrow because that would be stressful. So yeah, we'll absolutely most likely be around. I would say.
Well, I hope we can because that would mean because starting last Friday, of course, we did Friday campaign. I did Grimdark Saturday night, and then we have played Friday campaign every night since Sunday. So we might as well
every day of the
finish
week.
it out.
Hell yeah! So yeah,
finish the training arc, finish the tutorial.
We will train. So if this works good. So if we finish this, that was a nice save, by the way. Once we finish this, depending on how long this takes, and we have failures and the same thing, they may just kick us out and say, you know what, you guys don't have what it takes. We'll have to see if we get there though. But yeah, so essentially, I would assume next session we'll probably be departing here. And when you officially depart here, whether you win, lose, or Tristan gets melted into acid, you do leave at level 5. So we'll see you tomorrow and have a wonderful Thanksgiving until we see you again.
Thank you for running, sir. Thanks everyone who joined us. I know we just had some people show up late. Sorry you didn't get to hang out with us very long. But if you'd like to catch the replays of this game or any of the other campaigns, you can do so on YouTube and Rumble. Likes, follow, shares appreciated. And hopefully we will see you tomorrow night. If we do not, have a happy Thanksgiving to all you Americans out there. And if you'll hang on through the credits, I'll see if anybody's streaming tonight and we'll give them a raid. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.